OBS and
Oh.
Streamlabs. Streamlabs is having the issue, unfortunately. Okay, now, is it... I don't know what it's doing.
Oh, see, it says watch live. I just got a
See it?
notification.
You got a live?
Yeah, let's see. Mm-hmm. Live stream offline. And then it says, but I got a notification.
But it says I'm offline.
Yeah.
You know... I cannot with this. OBS.
People are
Nope,
joining.
there it is. Okay, okay, people see me. Okay, okay.
Wait.
Yep, I'm seeing some people.
Okay.
All right. Whew,
and it's like a okay, here we go.
Okay, whoo, thank you. Good Lord, that was about to be... I'm seeing some people. Okay, so
Yay!
You have to turn off your
YouTube.
Yeah, your YouTube, yeah. Because you'll hear the
yeah,
behind. There's a lag. Yeah, there's a lag. All right, hello to everyone joining me. Sorry, I was having major technical difficulties. A thumbs up if you can hear us. And joining me is Pam. Hi, Pam. From Trusting Your Process. So we're doing the live Mental Health Monday, and I know we're like 20 minutes late because of technical difficulties. So thumbs up if you can hear us. We are currently live right now. If you're watching this on Monday at 7:20 p.m., then yes, we are still live. We are actually just now starting. I don't know how long we're going to have because the Zoom app might kick me out. If it does, I'll come back in a regular live and we'll just type normal. You won't have us verbally, visually here, both of us. So I want to start by saying hi to Pam. Hey, Pam. Everybody say hi, Pam. Pam is my special guest. And we're not doing a Zoom where everyone can come and log in. We're not doing that. It's just she and I are going to chat today for Mental Health Monday. And I'm going to give her a few minutes to just decide how much she wants to tell you guys about her mental health. You don't have to say nothing at all if you don't want. But I don't know if you have any diagnosis. I don't know if you suffer with any kind of anxiety or OCD or whatever, depression, whatever. Feel free. The floor is yours. Take a few minutes to just talk about your, I don't want to say issues. I don't want to say struggles, but there are no better words. So
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so definitely recently diagnosed with slight depression.
Okay.
And that was when I that was like last year when I, in December, was going through the giving up my apartment, moving into the van type thing.
Right.
I've always dealt with anxiety. Okay. As a matter of fact, I feel like if I am not anxious, I don't know how not to be anxious.
So it's like one of those. To keep that as your norm, that feeling.
Well, I learned that anxiety has become almost a habit.
Oh, okay.
And so, and I only recognized that recently dealing with it, okay. and also giving myself permission that I don't have to have it.
Gotcha.
I recognize that when I'm able to not have the anxiety, I'm missing it. Like, well, I don't know how not to feel. I don't know how. I'm learning how a new normal.
Right.
And so for me right now, I notice that my anxiety stems from the well-being of my children. But right now, my oldest daughter is leaving Saturday to go to Paris.
Oh, wow.
I am freaking out inside.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I also know that I cannot show her that because I want her to explore, experience.
Right.
But I also recognize too, you have two choices. I can think the worst or I can think the best.
Right.
I choose to think the best, but that is not my norm.
Gotcha.
My norm is to think the worst possible. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
somebody's going to steal her,
Yeah.
put her into slavery. I mean, it's just like of everybody at that airport, they're going to get her. She's going to get the wrong cab. You know, it's just when you think of it like that, you just got to laugh and go, really? Really? Of everybody at that damn airport, they're going to get my daughter. They're going to get my daughter. So when you look at it like that, I'm realizing that that's to the extreme. So I'm learning how to, and I've learned this through talk therapy with my therapist, that I have to get grounded. And she said a technique for grounded is to just think of something in the room or focus something in the room, because now I'm present as opposed to what if. And I find that helps. But I will tell you this. I knew that van life was going to challenge me. I just didn't know how much of a mental trip it would be for me.
Right.
And I've shared that with you. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm in a van. Like, wait a minute, I'm in a van. I don't care how I printed this out. I'm in a damn car. So I'm like, wait a minute. This is freaking me out. And I didn't anticipate that. Like, I would lay there and be like, somebody like driving by this vehicle. I'm like, this is crazy.
Right.
So that did trigger a lot. So much so that you've got plenty of calls. I'm like, hello, this is not.
I remember the calls and the texts. I remember, but I told you I was up for it. You know, anytime, call anytime, day or night. Even now, it's still up with the invitation's still there.
Oh yeah. So when I get my trailer, because that's the next. I just knew that I needed more space. I knew that I needed to feel like it was more of a normal apartment type thing.
Right.
But I know it's still going to be a travel thing. I love the minimalist concept. I love the free of rent.
Yeah.
That's the big deal for me. But I just knew I needed more space. So.
And you tried, you know, and you realized what worked for you and what's going to help with your overall living and mental situation. And hey, that's not a problem. But you know, you tried what you thought was going to work, and it didn't. Right. And I'm the recipient and blessed by your.
I was babysitting your baby.
Right. I'm just saying.
So my thing is, I'm noticing that a big deal, and we talked about this. I have always had this challenge with worrying about what other people think. Yeah. And one of the things that with my channel, when you had some of the naysayers, you know, they got like indignant, and it helped because I said, wait, this is my life. Hold on. How you gonna say I'm bullshit and you know I ain't serious?
Right.
This is my life.
Right.
You know, when you step out and you do your thing, more power to you.
Right. But
if I don't want to live in a tight quarter, if that's not for me, that's not for me.
Exactly.
And if I want, you know who helped me with that too, Miss B. Miss B was like, I like my things. You know, and I said, yes, I like my things too. You know, I want some of my daggone things.
Right.
And it's okay to want a better quality of life.
Right. Well, I wouldn't say a better quality of life, because I feel like my quality of life is better than it ever has been. I would say a different quality of life. And also, everybody needs certain amounts of things and certain things. I can live with little. Right. And there are things, I'm just not attached to things. So I didn't have that issue with living in a small space and getting rid of stuff. Even now, getting rid of stuff, because a small space to me is very comforting. It's very, it's home for me. Like, being in a smaller space is home for me. So I didn't have the same, you know, issues that you were having with the tight quarters. And I'm not 6 foot tall like you are either. So there's something to be said about being taller or bigger or having more things or having the need for certain aesthetics and looks in order to have the higher quality of life that you need for you.
Right. And when I say that, that is what I mean. Like for me, somebody might say, well, what do you, and I think Alicia from ABC Minimalist, she had mentioned that. She had said, just decide what it is that you can't give up.
Right.
You know, I like the idea of sitting on a couch with a cup of tea and a book and being able to walk a couple of more feet to my bed,
Gotcha.
you know?
Yeah.
As opposed to in the
Right.
van, it was just like, I mean, I felt like I was doing yoga,
Right.
trying to stretch and move every which way in that van.
Yeah.
But when I see what you did to that van, I'm dang, did that?
No take backs, no
maybe
take backs.
I was like, whoa, oh, look at that. I was like, oh, I could probably make that work.
Yeah, because
But,
I mean,
yeah,
I have
I'm
the space
excited.
I have right here. I can stand completely without touching my head, getting rid of that wood. And this is where I would need to stand.
Yeah.
This is where I cook and do my dishes and wash up. So this is all the standing room that I need. And I often forget about
Right.
this chair. I mean, I have a whole chair here, which is my couch, you know, where I can have a cup of tea.
Right.
You know, open my
Right.
doors, turn my chair and look out onto whatever. So having that now is
Right.
like, wow, this opened up a whole new world for me. So yeah.
And when I saw how you took all that down, I was like, I didn't even know that climbed down. I was like, holy moly. Like,
yeah, that was like, what we gonna do is
like,
I'm not
whoa.
afraid to dismantle and take apart stuff. I'm like, I can just put it back. It ain't nothing but some screws.
Girl, I didn't send you text messages saying you good, because listen, that's just too much work. Listen, I am looking, anybody, you, Miss B, y'all can come help me paint my trailer.
Yeah.
Look, that's a lot of work.
Right.
But I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah, so back to the original
I'm happy for
question.
you. I'm glad that you figured out what works for you, and I'll be happy that you, once you get it and you make it your own, because you'll do what you need to do to make it your own. You know, you're not going to usually, you know, even if it's just a month or two down the line before you, you know, live with it for a while and see, okay, I really would prefer that be painted this color, or, you know, I know this is stock, because, you know, they make those brown, everything's brown on the inside. And
brown.
Everything's brown. To me, that's just depressing. So I'd be like, no, I got to paint this.
Yeah. Right.
Even just
and
curtains,
when you're living in
sometimes
such a small
bright
quarter,
curtains will help sometimes. So.
And I know for me, a lot of natural light. Like I know we had this conversation about how light is dark. I like that natural light. It's just something about that coming through.
Yeah.
I just need to be able to see.
So, I like a cave. I want it dark.
Yeah, and I'm like, I can't see. I start getting claustrophobic. Like, I'm gonna need to see like what's happening out there.
Right.
But yeah. So as you know, I told you I got my truck. Yeah. I posted that on Instagram. I didn't put that on my
Congratulations.
On my
you need to do a video.
I'm gonna have to do a video for that. I'm gonna do a video for that for sure. Yeah. But yeah, no, I haven't been officially diagnosed. I'm self-diagnosed, anxious. I also see that it has trickled down to my daughters, and how they deal with it. How I deal with it a lot is through journaling.
Okay.
I journal. Anytime I start to get antsy, my journal is here. It's always with me here.
Right.
I will just start writing.
Nice.
And for me, it's writing to my higher self or my spiritual guides or the universe. It's just a way to get it out of my head and onto paper.
Right.
And I notice that when I do that, then I'm calmer and I'm able to think clearer.
Yep.
Because when I'm in an anxious state, I'm already there. I'm just like, it's 10 times what it really is.
Yep. I totally
and I also noticed that
agree with that. I agree with that. Journaling is a good tool. Yeah.
Right. I also noticed that around the time of the month, everything is like, you know it's coming. It's like a week before, all of a sudden I might say, you know what? Oh my God, the sky is falling. And I'm like, My period must be coming. I'm like, okay,
Yep.
all right, calm down.
Yep.
And I give myself, this is what I do now at 54 versus what I did when I was younger.
Right.
I say to myself, okay, this is your time. You can trip a little bit, but it's okay.
Right.
So I take that extra time, whether I watch videos, I veg on chick flicks, whatever it is to get it to bring me back down, naturally, as opposed to.
Right. So you
Yeah,
found your
so
coping mechanisms that work for you, for your anxiety, for
right,
your depression, whatever it is. You say, okay, when I'm depressed, I need to do this. When I'm anxious, I need to do this. And sometimes I allow myself a short, small window of just letting it go and letting myself get to that
just
10,
let
and
me
then
go.
I bring myself down. So that's good.
Right.
So we all have to have
And I
coping
usually
mechanisms no matter what our mental illness is. We have to have some kind of coping mechanism.
retreat. So I'll retreat into the room,
Yep.
or I'll go out into my vehicle, and I'm writing,
Right.
and I'm writing.
Yeah.
And I'm learning meditation too. I have not figured out this meditation, but I'm not going to give up on it.
Well, you know what I like.
I feel like meditation.
Have you tried incense while meditating, or sage, burning something to trigger your sense of smell while you meditate? Because I find that helps me.
Okay, the reason why I don't do that, and this is a long story in another way, you know how you have certain triggers.
Oh, okay.
When I was married, I was part of an organization that when I smell incense, it triggers me a different way.
Okay.
It's a negative trigger.
Gotcha.
And so I don't use that.
Okay.
But I will use something like music. Like I love meditation music. I love like the Om or water.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But if anything, incense, sage, frankincense, myrrh, I'm off on a different tangent.
Gotcha. I have let the those, like you said, the sounds, you can have those sounds. I've let the water, like a creek. I've had the water sounds play, and I have put peppermint essential oils in my hand and just breathe it in deeply. And it's like, for me, peppermint, eucalyptus, all of those
lavender.
Not lavender so much, but peppermint and eucalyptus are like my go-to oils for calming me down. Don't ask me what it is about those two scents, but I like the minty and the menthol. When I'm feeling hyped up, or even if I really have a few days where I can't sleep, and because I have insomnia constantly, I will take the Vicks Vapor Rub and just put it on my neck and chest, and I'm out like that. 5 minutes, knock the hell out. I don't know what it is about menthol, but it automatically,
that's interesting.
It just automatically reprograms my being. I'm just like calm and tranquil. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is.
That's so cool. That is so. I love that, because usually they say peppermint makes you more alert.
Exactly.
If you're feeling sluggish.
And I'm self-diagnosed. I self-diagnose myself with two things: OCD and ADD. And I think my ADD brain works the opposite, because I know my son, who was diagnosed as ADHD, he had a lot of food allergies and was always on Benadryl for the hives. And usually Benadryl knocks you out. It did not do that to him. So I think sometimes if you have that brain wiring, things that are supposed to knock you out don't knock you out, and things that are supposed to wire you up don't wire you up. They mellow you down. So I think that's how the brain trigger works. It works the opposite. So.
And also to music. And now I'm not a child of music. Like, we didn't have a lot of music playing in my house.
Yeah.
But I noticed that certain music, if I put it on, it'll shift my mood immediately.
Yep.
Like, I will go from like depressed or sad or feeling kind of whatever. If I throw on Lizzo or somebody like that, and it's that one, dun, 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 I'm like, I'm up at that point.
I think the message and the lyrics too help us, because it's an empowering song, or it's you think about the lyrics and you're like, that's right, it's empowering. I've been listening to, even though I don't want to watch the Lion King remake, I've been listening to the soundtrack, and some of those songs are so empowering. I was just like, wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's just because I'm a lyric person. I listen to music, but I listen to the lyrics. And if lyrics come
Right.
up and they're like questionable, I'm like, nah, man, I am not listening to this.
Mm,
I
right. Right.
can't forego the lyrics and listen to just the beat. That's not how my brain works. I focus
No,
on the
no, I listen to
lyrics.
the
I'm
lyrics.
like, nah, man.
Yeah, because words are powerful.
Yes,
So,
they are.
and then if they're coming at you with a nice melody, they're getting in even more.
Right. Right.
So you definitely want to monitor that for sure.
Yeah.
But Lion King, the remake was thebomb.com.
Yeah, I'm
That
not
was
watching any. I have decided. I
I
decided last year I'm not watching any remakes of anything, even if it is thebomb.com. I'm not watching any remakes because we have stories that need to be told, and they need to stop pacifying us with these remakes and invest these dollars into some stories that should be told. I want to see more stuff like Hidden Figures and things like that. I'm sorry, I can't. I'm not doing these remakes. You're not getting my dollars.
I will say this:
You're not getting my dollars.
all of the vocals, all of the vocals, and they did it to the T. Like they really did it. Like we watched Lion King. My children, as children, I kid you not, every Friday we had movie night,
right?
And they got a chance to they picked the video, and my youngest always picked Lion King to the point where I was like, I just need to buy this because we get it every weekend. So word for word, they had it down, the remake. And the cool thing was, it was when you see the background, you see them doing it, the characters, the voice, everything was African American, and it was just beautiful. Which was not the case in the original.
Oh, okay.
So Scar was, somebody else. Timon was somebody else. Oh, except for that, yeah. But it was. I thought it was done now. It was done nicely.
Well, that's good.
And my grandbaby loved it.
Good.
He loved it.
Oh yeah, definitely the kids will love it. I just want to address one comment. Faith is saying a self-diagnosis is not a legit diagnosis. Really, that's what we're doing, Faith?
Well,
when I said I was self-diagnosed as ADD and OCD, I have been in therapy enough years and read enough about both of those that I'm pretty sure I have them. If I were in therapy now, I would probably be diagnosed with them. So we're just going to leave it at that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have an email that was sent to me by Miss B, and I sent it to you so you could just look at it. And we're going to just answer her question real quick, since you took the time to email me. So it's Miss B, and it says, does being a van dweller and a YouTuber help you deal with your mental illnesses? How has it affected your ability to work a traditional 9-to-5 job? The reason I ask is because the thought of working full-time on a regular job sends me into a depressed mood. So most of my career, I have always worked part-time and for different temp agencies. So you want to start first, or?
When I read that, I thought that was so cool because that's where I'm at right now.
Yep.
Literally going into van dwelling and minimalist living has made it more difficult for me to work a 9-to-6.
Okay.
Because now I know I don't have to.
Gotcha.
Which was different before.
Right.
So sitting at that desk, I'm sitting there going, why am I here? I don't want to be here. Like before, it was like, oh my God, I have to do this, or else I'm going to get evicted. I'm not going to be able to pay my rent. Now I'm like, oh no, oh hell no, I don't have to be here. So guess what? Deuces. I'm going back to my temping, going back to my writing. I just have to pull a couple streams of income together to make it work.
Right.
That's what van life and minimalist lifestyle gave me. Yep. It made it harder for me to work a 9-to-6. You're right. It really does. That makes it challenging.
It does. I find for my answer for that is pretty much the same. I never made a lot of money. My whole life, I been poor, will always be poor. But my thinking was, if I'm gonna be poor and live check to check, at least I'm gonna live the way I want to live. And living this way is the way I want to live, not answering to somebody else. And I found myself calling out to work a lot because I would get depressed. All the time. I'm using all my sick leave. As it's accruing, I'm using it. As it's accruing, I'm using it. Like I never had no leftover sick leave. Because it was like, what? I got a day of sick leave. I'm about to call in. I need a mental health day.
Oh my God,
And
that is so true.
I feel like not having to check that box and be on someone else's clock is freeing. Now, granted, I can't do all that I would like to do travel-wise because my income is limited. But like you said, I'm now, within the next 3 months, going to have more sources of income. I'm starting one next month.
Right.
I'm starting another in September. So it's like, I'm just going to put all those multiple streams of income together and make it work. And just make it work. Because
Right.
I don't want to go back to a regular, you got to be to work at such and such a time, and you don't get off to such and such time. You can eat at this break time. No, I'm not finna do that.
Yeah.
Like she says in the email,
Yeah.
just thinking about it already just sends me into anxious and depressed. I can't do it.
Well, the thing about it is, I will tell you the reason for me even starting van life is because I knew I needed something that would jar me enough to start to unprogram me.
Right.
From, oh my God, I need a job. I mean, I've been working since I was 14.
Same here.
So I know how to get a job.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, well, guess what? I got to get a job. All right. Mm-hmm. I got the white shirt, the black pants, the heels. I put my hair up in that bun, a little bit of I know how to play that game, and I'm going to come in and let me get that job.
Right.
But now with the van life mentality, I say, I recognize, oh, I don't need that job. So it frees it up. Like, right. So all I got to do, I have a writing client. Technically, the writing client pays all my bills.
Nice.
Now that I don't have that big bill.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, rent, and the utilities, the Wi-Fi, all of that, that's the biggest bill pretty much for anybody. Yeah, most people, their rent and mortgage and the house stuff is usually their biggest bill. And once you can eliminate all that, you golden.
You golden. And here's the thing. Don't get me wrong now. I just got my truck. That's a car payment. I will do pole lap dances, whatever I need to do. I'm going to keep that truck.
I feel you. Look, I'll be on my other little job like this. Okay, we're going to have to talk about some dirty stuff.
Exactly.
Make them dollars how you need to.
But if I have like the trailer thing that I want to get, I feel like I'm working. Now I know what I'm working for.
Right.
As opposed to just having an apartment, $1,000 a month. I can't. All for what? I'm paying who?
Right.
So it is freeing.
Right.
And trust me that if she starts van life doing that temping, child, please, she's gonna be rich.
Yeah,
because you go week to week.
Wherever you travel to, you can just go to another temp agency. Okay, I'm gonna be here for a couple of months. I work with this temp agency. Let them know I'm not coming back. Travel over here to a couple states over. Find the nearest temp agency. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the type of work they want. They don't have a problem. Right. Yeah. I say go for it.
Yeah,
for sure.
I say go for it as well. I do too. So let me go in the chat and ask some questions. Faith, I'm going to address this one more time with you and then I'm done.
Be nice.
I understand that therapists go to school and I get that. But like everyone else is saying, you know yourself and you know your body well enough. I'm not saying in that I'm not taking medication, even though I'm self-diagnosing myself with ADD and OCD. It's not like I'm giving myself medicine for it. So I think I'm good with living with my self-diagnosis. I'm not medicating myself for it. I think I'm okay. I get that therapists and psychiatrists go to school for 8 years minimal and have a practice and all that. I get that. I was in therapy for many years. So I get it. And I give all props. The last therapist I had was the best I ever had in my life. Love him to death. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that I have these things. And I'm not taking any pharmaceuticals for it, so I'm good. I may occasionally use some natural things, which is not going to hurt me no way, so it's all good. So I'm done addressing that. We're not talking about that no more. Oh well.
But here's the thing, but you also have to remember, we're talking about, this is peer support.
Right, this is peer support.
This is talking about, right, this is us talking about what we're going through and what we're experiencing. For my channel, you all know I'm an advocate of therapy.
Yes, me too.
I'm not an advocate of prescribed medication for me.
Right.
No, but I am an advocate of therapy, talk therapy, I think is something that's very helpful. And if you can afford it, then I say seek professional assistance.
Oh, definitely.
Sometimes you can't. And that's
Right.
where stuff like this come in. If you could just have that opportunity to speak to someone that you trust and you have a safe space,
right?
That's what we're doing here.
That's all we're doing is just peer support. We're sharing our stories because a lot of times when you listen to other people, you're like, dang, that sounds just like me, or that sounds like a friend of mine or a relative of mine. Now
Right.
I kind of understand what they're going through, or oh, she has that
Right.
too. This is how she's been dealing with it. Because I was on medication for years. I was on a medication for my bipolar 2 disorder for probably close to 5 years. But my therapist that I had, he let me regulate my meds. So when I was dealing
Mhm.
with life better and well and using more coping mechanisms, he said, okay, let's go down. You don't need the medication as much. He didn't
Right.
keep me doped up. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? When I was having
Right.
some
Right.
problems in my life that required me to have a little bit more, then we went back up. And we did it, 5-10 milligrams here and there. I was never ever, in that whole time, I was never ever on the actual dose that I was supposed to be on according to what they would give an adult with bipolar 2. I was always less than, because I told him I do not want to be on this forever. I want to figure out what works
Right.
for me and get off of this. So about 6 months
Right.
before going full time in the van and traveling, I talked to him. I told him what was going on with me. I wanted to get off the meds, and so we slowly tapered me off. But he gave me 3 months worth of a refill in case I needed to get back on it when I was, doing van life. So, but I never used it. I never went back on it. I was able to
So let me ask
maintain
you this.
because this lifestyle keeps me happy. And so I didn't need the medication.
Okay.
I wasn't, I do experience highs and lows, but my bipolar, for me, my bipolar 2, my mania results in hyperactivity and results in
Okay.
no sleep. I don't sleep. I'm like up, I'm
Okay.
wired. I'm like, what we doing? What we doing? What we doing? So like 2-3 days is just, where we going? What we doing? Let's do it. That's why you see those crazy lives in the middle of the night, those live videos, because I can't sleep. And I'm like, who else is
Right.
up? Let's talk. So my mania
Yeah,
is
and see, I think for me,
hyperactivity.
right, I think for me, I go down. Like I literally, like I have to sleep.
Yeah.
And to me, I call that my retreat. So
Right.
I could totally be just in the dark. Like I need to be, just give me my minute.
Right.
And then when I come out, I'm refreshed.
Right. Sometimes we have to recharge
But
our
I
batteries. We have to recharge ourselves sometimes.
Right.
Sometimes we have to, I call it my hibernate mode. When I'm in hibernate mode, I'm sleeping. Don't worry about me. I'm good. I'll text you each day and say I'm good, but I'm not coming out the van. I'm in hibernate mode. I need 2-3 days by myself. I'm good. Then I'll come out and it's all good.
Right. Right. And it's okay. I think that's awesome to be able to say, you know what? It's okay. Like I know you're okay, and if I know that's your MO, then I'm like, okay, I've checked on her. I know she's good.
Right.
This is not a right or a wrong, or
Right.
who's doing what right and who's doing good or bad. It's
Right.
what works for you.
Right. And we have
So
that in
that's
camp.
important.
When people that have been camping with me for the past year or so, I have a few of them that I won't see them, and I'll be like, "You good?" And they be like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay," and that's it. We just text. I just want to make sure you ain't in the van dead. I just want to make sure you good. Okay, you still breathing? You need anything? I'm going into town. You good? Okay, that's all. And
See,
we
that's,
do that.
you know what? I'm looking forward to that. That I do know that when I do get my trailer, that you and I are going to be on the road together because I feel safe in your presence. You know what I'm saying?
Yay!
Like if I have to get out there and feel like, okay, this is somebody who ain't never been. I don't know what a boondocking is. Okay. You talking about a girl I'm from New York, and there ain't too much greenery in New York. So if you got me out in the wilderness some damn where, I'm gonna need to know that I'm safe. So
it's funny because when we get our little camp together, and the other Pam is on the live. Hi, Pammy Pam. She and Maggie both are my main ones I check on. Because sometimes I don't see them for a day or two, and it's like, look, are you okay?
Right. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Because
so
I'm like,
but I don't necessarily go knocking or go around. I'll just text. If I don't get a text back though, then I'm knocking. Like, what's up?
okay.
If you ain't answer that text for like 5 hours, what's up?
And in your case, it'll probably be like 2 o'clock in the morning. They'll be like, because I was
No, I
asleep.
don't. So when I get up very early, like 4 or 5 o'clock, but I don't normally get dressed till 11. So around 11, noon, 1 o'clock, then if I don't hear people and see people, then I'd be like, okay, you good? Okay, you good. That's good. So yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't wake people up early as I get up because I just know that don't work for everybody.
Yeah.
All right, so
4 o'clock, and you don't.
Yeah, I wake up at 4.
No,
That don't mean I'm dressed. That's when I'm like
oh,
online, I'm checking social media, I'm editing videos, or I'm watching Netflix. Like, I'm doing work. I get out the computer, I do little things like work in my space.
okay.
But I don't get dressed till like 11, 11:30, or sometimes noon. I wash up and get dressed because I'm not a morning eater, so I don't really eat in the morning. So I eat between 11 and noon is when I have my first meal. So, I've learned that I eat when I'm hungry and I stop when I'm full. Like, I don't
Right.
overeat and I don't undereat. My body knows what works for it. And if I eat too early in the morning, then I'm nauseous all day. My stomach doesn't like early morning food. As long as I'm hydrating, I'm
Okay.
good. So,
Cool.
yeah. All right, so let's go. I'm going to go in the chat, see if anybody has any questions that they want to ask myself or Pam. The other Pam is an ex-New Yorker as well. So here's your time, peer support. If you already asked your question and we didn't see it, put it in all caps with an emoji in the beginning. And we will go in the chat and answer. I'm not going to scroll back, so I'm going to keep it live because we don't have much more time. So apparently it gave me extra time.
And I can't.
That's cool. You can't see the chat?
Yeah, because it's going to make it do the echo.
Oh, right. Well, keep the volume turned down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mute your volume and then you can see it. Thank you, Wild Feather. I'm glad you enjoyed the lives. Thank you, Wild Feather. Yeah, turn your volume down.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
So this, we don't really have a topic. We're just we already shared. And don't worry if you're just joining us. This will be up for replay. You'll have to watch it later. But I'm going to take about 10 minutes to answer a couple of questions. And we'll keep the answers as quick as we can. But, because I don't want the replay to be too long. Because when the replays are too long, you guys don't like watching them. So I try and keep it to an hour if possible. So we'll go just slightly over an hour because it's at 58 minutes right now. So we'll just go maybe hour and 10 minutes, hour and 15 tops. So if you have questions or if you want to share something, do it now.
I thought it was cool. Mary D said, I feel the same way. I think I would be safe around Crystal because she knows the ins and outs of my life and what to do and what not to do.
Aww.
Yeah, I feel that way too.
Aww. That's so
Let's
sweet.
see. Wild Feather says she thinks menopause causes sleep issues, but I always have to be up all night at times. I think I'm going through menopause too, but sleep ain't the problem. I will sleep you out. I can sleep.
I was like that when I was younger. I was like that. I had a difficult time. Like, I could not get up in the mornings to save me. Hence why all those sick days would happen. Because I would be like, nah, I can't go in today. I ain't finna to go in today. So, but now I find myself awake between 4 and 5, not functioning in up and up and moving. I could be, but I find that because I'm living the lifestyle that I want to be living, mornings are not an issue for me. Because I'm not dreading going into a job that I dislike.
Exactly.
So getting up in the morning is not that big of a deal for me anymore. So it definitely has to do with the mental situation because I work because I got to pay bills, at that time. And I didn't necessarily like my job. I didn't like the bureaucracy of the school system. I didn't like it at all. And the crap you had to put up with. I didn't like any of that. So it made getting up very difficult. All right, let's see. We got Judy wants to know, Pam, will we see you at RTR as a newbie with your truck and an Airstream? She did not say she was getting no Airstream, Judy.
I would love an Airstream. If you want to
That's
give
because
me one,
Judy
that
has
would
an
be awesome.
Airstream and a truck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, them Airstreams are nice. Okay, so my goal is this. This would be good. So my goal is to buy my trailer by November and to possibly be at RTR
No.
with you.
No, possibly.
Wait a minute.
Speak it to existence.
Okay.
You'll be there. You will be there. You're going to be there.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to be there regardless because I'll either be in my pickup, sleep in the back seat, or I'll be pulling something behind me. How about that?
That works for me.
So that's the date.
That works for me. So what you do, you get your little Walmart twin air mattress for $10 and bring everything you need. You can sleep in the bed of the truck.
That's going to be my closet. No, but you know what? You know how you taught me that my seat goes down? Remember that was like a whole nother, I was like, oh my God. So that whole section, my passenger all the way to the back, I could sleep.
There you go.
So if I don't get the trailer right away, it's not like I cannot come. And then the bed of my truck, I have a thing over the top, so it locks. So that's everything. My water, my clothes, my food. So
nice.
That would be interesting. Now I'm scared. I'm scared to commit to that. Ooh.
Oh, you better do it. Come on. If you do it without the trailer, you'll spend less gas money.
That's true.
All right, next question is from Victoria. Hi, Victoria. Sorry I can't come see you. Victoria says, do you feel like it's easier to manage your issues living on the road? Yes, 100% yes. Because I just knew that I was going to be back in therapy, back on medication within a matter of months. And I did not have any issues. Again, I'll just say it's because I'm living the life that I wanted to be living. The stress is gone. The pressures are gone. I can be as busy or as laid back as I want to be, depending on, okay, I can't travel this month.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I just feel like, I'm just, all that stress and the stuff that made your shoulders kind of come up here, I'm now relaxed, relaxed. So not saying I don't have any stress, but those stressors that was causing the mental health issues, those are gone. And plus I lost 205 pounds, ex-husband.
Oh.
So that helped a lot.
I was like, well, where was that?
No. That helped a whole lot.
Yes, that does help. Trust.
Yeah. So M. Foster says, do you know what's going on with RTR and where? No, you have to go to Bob's channel. He has not been giving, he knows it's going to be in California, but he's not been given a location. So you have to stick with Bob on that because it's his event, not mine. But once we have an event, a location, I'll go scout it out probably as soon as he announces it, December, early January, and figure out where I'm going to have Vanner Family Camp, and I'll let you guys know where camp will be. Some cilantro leaf, I think that's cilantro, wants to know what kind of rig did you get? She didn't get a rig, but she has a truck. She's working on the rig. What kind
I have a Dodge Ram 1500 right now.
Nice.
And so I got that 2015.
Nice.
And I'm gonna have that pulling. I don't want to go over 24 foot, but I want to stay between 19 and 24.
That's a good size.
So that's the next thing. So I'm watching Facebook Marketplace and things like that. So I know I want to get it used. I want to get a good shell because my ultimate goal is a tiny home.
Yeah.
So I don't want to put so much money on this trailer that, so when I bump it and move it and whatnot, I'll get the kinks out to know exactly what I want for my tiny home. And
so you said you're buying the shell. You just want an actual trailer and then you're going to build it out? Or you want the
no.
You want the RV type? You want a travel trailer?
Yeah, I want a travel trailer, but I want good bones.
Gotcha.
Because I know
have you been on Bob's website, cheaprvliving.com? Because there's a forum there, and people often buy and sell stuff on there.
Oh no, I'll check that out. Okay.
Yeah, it's not endorsed by Bob. It's other people just on the forum buying and selling vehicles. So you'd get it checked out, obviously, but you might find somebody on the East Coast selling something.
Who knows? Maybe I might come to the RTR and be like,
you might find something
let's,
there, maybe.
yeah, because people are selling, trading, and yeah, so who knows?
Somebody might want something bigger, and what they have now is what you want, and you could just buy that from them. You never know.
And pull it back, yeah.
And pull it back. There you go. Okay. Real Van Life says, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Real Van Life says, do you feel like temp agencies work for you? It's not a guarantee. Does it bring on anxiety when jobs are slow? I have never worked a temp agency ever in life, so I can't answer that question.
I used to live on temp agencies. First of all, when I lived in New York, I used to go in and tell them every time I would come home from college, I would say, hey, I'm here for a month. I need an assignment for a month. I took that to California and I worked it. And when I didn't feel like working, I would say, hey, I'm okay, but next week I'll come in. So I was able to take my breaks. Now things might have changed over the years, but I worked with manpower and they kept me working. Okay. So I like the temp agencies.
Well, there you go.
Once you're in, you're in.
Hi, Jim from Video Call-In Show. I'm going to jump on your live tonight. I don't know if I'll be on Zoom or not, but I'm going to jump in your live. Okay, so 10 o'clock on the East Coast is late for me. Don't ask me why. But when I was jumping on Jim's Video Call-In Show on out in Arizona, that was like 7 o'clock, so it was no big deal. I was on there quite often. But 10 o'clock here, I'm like, sleep. Because you remember, I've been up since 4 or 5 o'clock. So 10 o'clock, I'm knocked out. So I've been missing your lives. If anybody wants to jump on a nice, fun live Sunday night through Thursday night, Jim does Video Call-In Show, and he's in the chat. And it's East Coast time, 10 p.m. It is just fun, good people, just talking about a myriad of things. He is an awesome guy. So if you're ever just looking for a random live to jump on at night, jump on. He's on for about an hour, 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. Definitely check it out. It's fun. It's good times. So RV Trader, someone's saying RV Trader is a great place to look for used rigs. And I've got 2 resources for you, Pam, that I will get to you later because 2 friends of mine who have RVs have sources here, one in North Carolina and one up in like the Maryland area. So I'll get those to you later, maybe tomorrow. I gotta text them to get the info and then I'll send it to you. Okay. And they're reputable. What?
Let me see. It says Betty says my anxiety is money for retirement. Do y'all have that fear? I used to have that fear, Betty, but to me that's the same fear about the job.
Right.
If I'm taking full responsibility for my income, then I'm no longer fearing retirement.
Right.
I'm going to make that happen. To me, it's like, I was listening to that Robert Kiyosaki dude, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Okay.
And he talked about how he doesn't have a retirement fund. He doesn't have a savings. It's all about changing your mindset about the money that's coming in. I don't want to rely on the government.
Right.
I don't want to rely on Social Security. Now, if it comes in, it's a stream of income.
Right.
But it's not going to be that stream of income that I'm so dependent on. So once I can get out of that, then the fear of the retirement was erased.
Right. Someone wants to know.
And also trying to keep my body healthy.
Yeah, you're so right. You have to take control of your own. Take control of your own. I don't know why this thing hasn't let. Okay, I'm having issues here. I was trying to make somebody a moderator, but it's not letting me. Anyway, okay. Take control of your own money. Yeah, you're so right. You're so right. The fear leaves. It really does. Somebody wants Pam to shout out her channel. It's right on the bottom. I don't know how big you guys' screen are, but it's Trusting Your Process. Is Pam's.
Right.
And when this video finishes processing on YouTube, I will go and put her channel link also in the description box so you can check it. But it's Trusting Your Process. So go check her out. And Jim's channel is here, Video Call-In Show. So definitely do that. What else? What else? What else? Is there any other question I'm missing?
Oh, Judith said she's going to help me work on my trailer at RTR. I'm okay.
That's right. If you bring it, we will We put solar on one woman's car. Somebody wanted to charge her $500 to put solar on. Me and Maggie, I climbed on top of her minivan and put them panels up. Maggie went inside and did the wiring. We was like, nah, you ain't finna pay no $500 for no solar today.
Oh yeah.
And I talked to her the other
on.
day, and she said it's still working. I was like, good.
Well, I'm gonna need your help on that. When I told you about the solar, Crystal, I was like, "Dad, you making that look so easy." I'm like, oh,
and today,
first of all, I never
in
saw
another day or two, you guys will get a video. Today, I changed the idle control air valve in the van. I did that today.
I can't. I had never even seen the top of the van, and I owned it for several months. I was like, "Oh, that's what it looked like up there."
Well, I was leery about getting on it. I was really leery about getting on it because I thought if I sit on this thing, it's gonna come crashing. I'm gonna come crashing through. But
no, it seemed like it was pretty sturdy.
Really firm. Yes, it's really firm. It actually did not feel. I mean, I've never felt anything fiberglass, but it felt more like metal to me than fiberglass. So I was like, okay, this will support my weight. Okay, cool.
I was so amazed. I was like, wow, this is what it looked like up there. That is so cool.
Jordan wants me to put Jim's channel in the link. Jim, do you mind linking your channel? For some reason, I'm not logged in. Streamlabs is not got me logged in. I don't know what's going on, so I can't do anything. So Judy or one of my admins, if you can go in and put Jim's link to his channel, it's pretty easy. Video call-in show, pretty easy. Or if you click on his name, he just said something in the chat. If you click on his name, it'll say go to channel. So go to channel and then go over there and then you'll have it. But for some reason, Streamlabs did not sign me in, so I can't type a darn thing. I had so many technical difficulties today. Oh my gosh. All right, well, we're over, so I don't see any more questions coming up. So I think we're going to go ahead to keep the replay down to... Video calling show is saying, make sure Pam gets a weight distribution hitch to haul any 20 to 24 foot travel trailer with that Ram 1500. Okay.
Yep. I'm looking into that too. I saw someone else told me about that
Judy,
too.
just click on his name, and then it'll take you to his channel and copy and paste it. All right. Thank you so much, Real Van Life says, I love it when we support each other like Anita Baker. It brings me joy. LOL. That's right. I mean, why?
That's my girl.
I'm just saying, why would I not support someone in this lifestyle? I mean, unless you're just doing wrong and dirty, I don't want to be associated with you. But if you're legitimately, yeah, because there's people out there doing that, and I'm not trying to have my name attached to that. I had that conversation with somebody a little while ago. You can't collaborate with everybody. But
right. Good night, Carter.
Huh?
No, I was saying good night, Miss Carter. She says she's leaving.
Oh, okay. Good night to everybody that's leaving. But yeah, we're gonna wrap this up. Thank you, Pam, for joining me. I really enjoyed doing this.
Thank you.
Hopefully I can do another one. I don't know if next month's will be live. Because August is really crazy for me. I got a lot going on. So keep watching the channel, guys. I've got some. August is my Vanniversary month. 4 years living in the van. August 27th.
August. That's my birthday.
Is it the 27th?
Yes, that's why I knew that you and I was connected. Because I was like, yo, this girl, I have to follow her because August 27th is my birthday. I was like,
so yes. I'm going to be doing giveaways all month long. So keep watching the channel. And if you have not signed up for text messages, you need to. Text the word VANNERFAM, VANNERFAM, to the number 703-783-3232. It'll all be in the description box if you don't remember it, because I'm doing giveaways, t-shirts and mugs and stickers and some things that I'm doing in the crafts. I got some crafts I'm doing. I'm going to be giving stuff away all month long. And August 31st, awesome. We're going to do a meetup here in North Carolina. So come hang out with me August 31st, because September 1st I hit the road and I go back to Arizona. Don't forget to check out Pam's channel, Trusting Your Process. Go over there, go start from the beginning and watch all her videos and watch her process, because if you are even remotely thinking about doing any kind of travel in an RV, a van, or what have you, watch her process, because some of the things she went through and some of the conversations she had with herself, you're probably having those as well. So go watch her from the beginning of her journey all the way through now, because it was a joy to watch the whole thing unfold as I watched it. I might not have commented on every video, but I did watch them. And I said, wow, she is really, your channel name is definitely a process. And I love how you're so open with your process as you're going through it. So I appreciate that.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
tonight,
so
if you
much.
want to
But
hang
thank you.
out with me in another live tonight, 10 o'clock Eastern time, I'll be on Jim's live video call-in show. Love you guys so much. Bye. Thanks,
Love
Sam.
you, Crystal. Bye-bye.